Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to do a worst to brick of every episode 3 set. So, episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie, so this was a great video to make. Of course, this will not include polybags or exclusives, or in this case, not released sets. There was one, and I didn't include it here, so without further ado, let's get started. In my opinion, the worst LEGO Star Wars Episode 3 set is going to be the Ultimate Lightsaber Duel. I think this is a pretty dull set. I mean, the play feature barely works. It's also not the greatest design. I don't love it. The minifigures are really old. They were lit up, so kind of cool, but not the greatest sets. The second worst Episode 3 set is going to be Darth Vader's transformation. This was the first one, so not the greatest model, really small, just like 2 minifigures or something, so yeah, I don't love it so much. Next on this list is the first iteration of General Grievous' Starfighter. This is, in my opinion, the worst model. I really hate the old General Grievous. He just looks like really bad to me. Still kind of a nice model. I don't really like the first model of General Grievous' Starfighter. It doesn't look so good. Next up is the Clone Skywalker. Not the greatest model, although I do like ATRTs. And I really hate those Phase 2 old clones. I just really hate the open visor. Yeah, so I really don't like the clone or the model. Next up is the Droid Tri Fighter from 2005. Not the greatest model. I think you only got buzz droids that you could drop out. I do like the 2014 one much better. You will see it here on the list later on. Yeah, so not the greatest model or minifigs, just like the ATRT. The next set I've chosen is the V-Wing from 2005. A lot of these 2005 sets weren't the greatest model. They're the first iteration. You also got that old clone pilot. Like I said, I really hate those clone helmets. I don't mind the Phase 1, but the Phase 2 looks terrible. I'm also not a fan of V-Wings. They don't look the greatest. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of V-Wings. Alright, so moving on to some better sets, we have General Grievous' Chase. This is obviously, the first iteration. We did get one in 2014, but this one did come with that huge creature that Obun rides on. This was the only time we ever saw it, and I think it's pretty cool. I mean, look at it. It's pretty cool. It would be nice to get another one, maybe in a couple years, since, we did get it in 2014, so, maybe in a couple years, if they re-release this set, we could get one of these creatures. It would be pretty cool. These next two sets I don't love much. The first one is the 2005 ATAP. Not the greatest model. Like I said, I really hate those first iteration of the clones. But it's still an ATAP, and I really like the design of it, but it's just kind of an old design. Next up is the one of the first battle packs. It is the Clone Trooper battle pack. Like I said, I really hate those clone troopers. I can't look at them. And yeah, that's kind of why this set is all the way back here. This next set is probably the most overpriced set ever. That is the Republic Swamp Speeder from 2010. I will say it's a really cool model, but it was like $30 for maybe like 120 pieces, so not too good on the pricing, but you did get some pretty cool minifigs like Battle Droids, Clone, and Barriss Offee, so pretty cool. I will say I really do like this model. Next up on this list, we have Jedi Starfighter with Hyperdrive Booster Ring. This was a 2007 release, I think, yeah. So, pretty cool. Of course, it's the older Jedi Interceptor model, so not the greatest. It's still pretty cool. I do like those kind of Hyperdrive rings. They always look pretty cool. It's just not the greatest model. This next set, I think you can all agree with me, isn't the greatest. That is the 2014 Vulture Droid. I don't think Vulture Droids belong in LEGO. They can't get like the design right or like the play feature right with the wings. I do have this set. It's kind of like just too big. The minifigures are pretty cool, but it's just not. I don't love Vulture Droids in LEGO. They never really look that good. Next up, we have a complete re-release of a set that we got in 2013. That is the Homing Spider Droid. Now, of course, we did get different minifigures and a little bit different build, but it's basically the same thing. They just added a 6-stud shooter cannon at the bottom, which I think looks terrible. I don't know what it is, but I don't like this one as much. I do like the 2013 one much better, although it is from episode 2. These next two sets I really wanted to put lower down on the list, but I just couldn't. First is the Anakin's Interceptor from 2020, the torso, yeah, and also General Grievous' Starfighter from 2020. We could have gotten Commander Cody Phase 2. For $80, I think LEGO should have totally done that. We totally got, and also they cheaped out on us with Obun's torso. Yeah, completely wrong torso. I will say the model is pretty cool. We did get probably my favorite Chong Grievous. It's white. It's the good mold. But yeah, the torso isn't, it could have been Cody. Alright, so this next set is nothing special, and that is the Ucs Yoda. I mean, he looks pretty good. He's better than the one that we got in 2002. That one was not the nicest. So yeah, nothing special, but still pretty cool. This next set I chose just because of the minifigures, also a little bit for the model. That is the 2014 Droid Tri Fighter. It's a pretty cool model, nothing special, but I mean, we got really cool minifigures. That Chancellor Palpatine looks really, really good. I really like it. And that's just kind of like that Palpatine just makes this set so much better. Next up, we have Darth Vader's transformation from 2017. Pretty cool model. It was probably the cheapest way you could get Palpatine like ever, and it was a huge upgrade from the 2005 model. The 2005 model, like you saw, not the greatest. Yeah, really cool. I actually had a chance to get this, but I got a different set instead, and I kind of regret that now. Alright, so in 23rd place, I've chosen the Battle on Sulukamai. So this is a pretty cool set from 2014. It came with an exclusive Bark Trooper and a Bark Speeder, which looks really good. Some Battle Droids, some plants or whatever. But then you also get a Stab Speeder. And I believe this may have been the last time we got with that Stab Speeder, which is kind of annoying because I actually really like them. So that's a bit of a bummer, but it's still a really cool set. And this next set is also really cool, and that is the Battle Droid Battle Pack. And I personally think that, you're supposed to have a lot of battle droids in your army, so I think this is a great battle pack, and if LEGO brought it out today, I would totally buy 100 of them. Next up is the ARC 170. I think this set came out in 2005 or 2006 or something. Pretty cool model, a little bit less good than the 2010 model. You'll see it here soon, but still really cool. Of course, it's one of the only 2 times we saw the ARC 170. And, LEGO should totally bring it back because it's been almost 10 years now. Or actually more than 10 years. Alright, so this next set, I'm not actually sure why I like it so much, but that is the Wookie Attack from 2005. It came with a Wookie Flyer, which looks pretty cool. It came with some battle droids, some Wookiees. And then the part that I like the most is the Snail Droid. And actually, this Snail Droid has the most accurate eyes we have ever seen on a Snail Droid, which is kind of funny considering it's the first iteration. But yeah, that's kind of just why I like this set. I honestly don't really know why. This next set is Anakin's Jedi Interceptor from 2014. Of course, nothing special, but it is, you do have the torso, which is much more accurate. But yeah, nothing special. Alright, so next up I have chosen the 2014 Viewing. And like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of Viewings, but I will say the design does look pretty sleek. But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of Viewings. This next set is nothing special, but I think it's still pretty cool. That is Obun's Jedi Interceptor. This was only the second time we've ever seen it, so not like Anakin's, which we've seen 3 or 4 times. Nothing special here, but I think it's just really cool. Mainly because we've only gotten this twice, so it's a pretty cool set. Next on this list, I have Anakin's Green Jedi Interceptor from 2012. And while the model isn't that cool, you did get some great minifigures. So for starters, you get Anakin Skywalker, which is kind of completely normal. But then you also get Newt Gunnery and a Battle Droid and Obi-Wan. And actually, you do get these extra two little platforms so that you can recreate the Duel on Mustafar. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty cool minifigures, and this ship is also pretty cool. Cracking the top 15 here, we have the 2016 Clone Turbo Tank. Now, this set is nowhere near perfect. I mean, it's nowhere near as big as the 2010 version. That is god tier. It could also use a couple more minifigs, and maybe it could be a little bit bigger, but it is definitely the strongest model. Like, I have literally dropped it, and it did not break. So, strong and great model. It's just I kind of wish it made me a little bit bigger, and they added a couple more minifigs. This next set may surprise you that I got all the way up here, but that is the General Grievous's wheel bike. This is, of course, the second iteration of it, and for some reason, I really like the design of it. It just looks really cool. Of course, we didn't get that animal that Obi-Wan rides on, but it's still pretty cool. You get Grievous, you get his bike, and you get Obi-Wan, so really cool set. I love the model, and I love the minifigures. Next up, we have one of my favorite battle packs, the Kashyyyk Trooper Battle Pack. Of course, those Phase 2 Kashyyyk Troopers were technically not canon when this set got released, but, they are now. The Scout Troopers are also really cool. I really like them. I do want to get more of them. and I really wish I got this set when it was out. This next set will surprise no one that I got all the way up here. That is the Ultimate Space Battle from 2005. Really, really cool model for only $55. You know, we got 4 or 5 sets. LEGO never does that anymore. Of course, you know, it is old models and old minifigures, but still really cool. And I think this goes for like over $300 right now. So really, really cool. I really want to get this. It's just, you know, we never get so many ships in one set anymore. I wish LEGO would do this again. Next up, we have a pretty cool set that is Duel on Mustafar from 2020. Pretty cool set, much better than the 2005 model. And funny enough, Anakin actually has the high ground here, and not Obi-Wan. You know, now they actually have the right torso, so that's all nice. So yeah, pretty cool model, much better than the 2005 model. But, you know, nothing special. Alright, so these next couple sets are pretty similar, and the first one is the Droid Gunship. And it's a really nice model. For some reason, I really like Droid Gunships. I've always wanted to get them. Now, I do like the 2019 version a little bit better, and you'll see that here in a minute. But before we get to that, we will crack the top 10, and we have the 2014 ATAP, and I really like this model. I really like ATAPs, like I said earlier in the video. So yeah, great model, great minifigs and everything. But yeah, next up we have the 2019 Droid Gunship, and the only reason I like this one a little bit better is because you can see at the top it's kind of like flat. So I don't know, it just looks a little bit better. And the minifigs are also pretty good. You know, you get Battle Droids, you get Chief Tarfor, you get Yoda. So all pretty nice minifigs. And then the last one of these kind of bunch of sets is the 2019 ATAP. I just think it looks a little bit better. I mean, I don't think there's much of a difference in the design, but the minifigures are also pretty nice. You get Commander Gree, you get Battle Droids, you know, you get a Scout Trooper, and you get some, you know, and you get Chewie. So all pretty nice sets. I like them all, and they're kind of just like all here together. Alright, so this next set, I think everyone wants LEGO to bring back, and that is the 2010 ARC 170. This is a beautiful model. You get some really good minifigures. The design is great. I mean, the flaps open up. I love that feature, and the big engines in the front look really cool. So yeah, really, really cool model, and I think now, especially with the Clone Wars ended and the Bad Batch starting, they could totally bring it in. I mean, I think they could bring it in anytime, but especially now would be really, really good time. Alright, so these next two sets are Palpatine sets, and the first one is Emperor Palpatine Shuttle. I think it looks really cool. You get Palpatine, Anakin, you know, pilot, and medic droid. Really cool. I think it's actually an underrated set from 2010, but again, beautiful model. And the next set is Palpatine's Arrest. I think it's a really cool set. You got some exclusive Jedi, and of course, you know, you got that really, really cool looking Palpatine. I think it looks incredible. I think this goes for like over maybe $200 now. So, really cool. I really want to get this set. It's a beautiful model from 2011. Or 12, sorry. Alright, so cracking the top 3 here, we have the Clone Scout Walker, the 20th anniversary one. And I think it's a really, really cool set. The Walker is incredible. I mean, I love ATRTs. And, you know, you get Darth Vader as the exclusive minifig, and it's always cool to get Vader. And then you get, you know, a Spider Droid, which I don't love. But then a great part about the set is that little kind of barricade in front of the Wookiee. I think it looks really cool. And yeah, that's just kind of why I think this is a really, really cool set. Alright, so in my opinion, the second best set from Episode 3 is going to be Utapau Trooper Battle Pack. It is really cool. I mean, the troopers are accurate to what we see in Episode 3. We got some airborne troopers, and we get just regular phase 2 Utapau troopers are 332nd, or 212, sorry. So yeah, really cool battle pack, probably one of my favorite battle packs ever, and I really, really want to get it. Alright, so the best Episode 3 set for me was kind of hard to choose, but eventually I chose the 2005 Clone Turbo Tank. Now, of course, this is definitely bigger and better than the 2016 model. You have more minifigures, bigger build. Of course, it is definitely outdated, and it is definitely not as good as the 2010 model. Nothing will ever surpass that. That is god tier, like I said earlier in the video, but it is still a pretty cool model. I do like it. Of course, you know, the clones are not my favorite, but it was still a pretty cool way to get a lot of clones back then. So yeah, a really, really cool set, and that's why I think it's at number 1 for Episode 3. So yeah, that is going to do it for my worst 2 brick of every Episode 3 set. So I hope you liked it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below if you would change anything. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.